One thing you guys don't know about me is that I am extremely picky with what I wear and how I wear it. And in my opinion, it is these small details that can make or break a look. And when it comes to sneakers, I feel like that is even more enhanced. To the untrained eye, you may think that there is absolutely nothing wrong with wearing these two sneakers, but really there's only one answer. So in today's video, we are going over 8 sneaker mistakes that can instantly ruin your outfit. I have been into sneakers and fashion for over 15 years now, so I feel like I have some tips that I can share with you guys that'll help you out. As always, these are my opinions, but I'm dying to know what you think, so be sure to leave a comment below. Actually, I'm pretty certain there's gonna be some hilarious comments, so I'll be sure to pin the best one. The first 2 mistakes begin before you even put your sneakers on, and the first one is buying rep sneakers. I'm sorry, but you cannot convince me that buying fake sneakers is okay. Why do people buy fake sneakers? They usually buy them for 2 main reasons. Number 1 is because the shoe that they want is too expensive, or it is rare and unattainable. And the truth is that buying fake sneakers is not gonna give you satisfaction, at least not the same as buying a real pair of shoes. Let me be very clear, you are going to go your entire life not being able to afford things. That is something that we all have in common. I want a Porsche GT3 RS. I can't afford it. Does that mean that I'm gonna buy a fake Porsche? I want a black Prada bomber jacket. I can't afford it right now. Does that mean I'm gonna buy a fake Prada jacket? What I would do is buy a real affordable alternative. If you want the Margiela Gat sneakers but you don't want to pay the price, get the $100 Adidas BW Army. A perfect example, I bought my Grail sneaker, the Nike Air Yeezy 2, a few months back, and I spent over $3,000 on it. I documented the entire process on Instagram called the Yeezy Hunt, and I did not feel comfortable paying that amount until I was able to make up that money somehow. So what I did is I bust my ass off. I hustled, I sold clothes and sneakers in my closet. I helped my parents do stuff around the house. I'm not joking. And I was able to raise the money so that I was able to afford it. And I am so glad that I did not settle and buy a fake pair of these, because they would be not nearly as special. Could you imagine how I would feel if I bought a fake pair of Nike Air Yeezy 2s? Now, this next mistake that I want to warn you guys about is something that real sneakerheads will know, and it is that you need to be wearing the correct socks with your outfit and your sneakers. What you want to completely avoid is wearing ankle socks with high cut sneakers. First of all, it just got to be uncomfortable. Like, the collar of the shoe is going to be rubbing up on your legs. And second of all, I think it just looks terrible in my opinion. I feel like there's like a golden ratio of like sneakers to socks to legs, an outfit with shorts. And the opposite of that is that you don't want to be wearing socks that are too high, ones that go up to your knee. It's self-explanatory, it just looks super weird. It also actually make you look shorter. And trust me, I have been there. I have made this mistake in the past. So what I've done is I wear quarter length socks. My favorite are the Stance Icon quarter length socks. There's also the Uniqlo half socks, and it's basically a perfect balance between an ankle sock and a crew sock. Okay, so you have a pair of sneakers now. You need to know how to tie them correctly, okay? That might seem very simple and obvious, but I promise you, people mess it up all the time. First things first, you do not want to be choking the shit out of your sneakers, okay? How many times have we seen people who tie them so tight, the bunny ears are like basically touching the floor? There's actually a video of Triple H on sneaker shopping, which is hilarious. It's a sneaker show. You think they maybe would have warned him or something, but the bunny ears on his blazers are just like hanging on the floor. It looks super weird. The next thing, okay, is that you don't want a vertical bow. If when you tie your sneakers, it looks like this, you have done them wrong for a couple reasons. Number 1, the bow itself is actually less durable, and it also is less aesthetically pleasing, okay? You want a horizontal bow. That is the key right there. Now, this next one is apparently controversial to some people, but it isn't to me. You shouldn't be wearing sneakers with a suit, okay? And the types of sneakers that I mean are Jordans, Nikes, for example, because I am a firm believer, and I mean a firm believer, that a formal outfit should be worn with a dress shoe, a loafer, something along that lines. It completes the look, and it's just cringe to wear like Jordans with a suit, in my opinion. There are some exceptions, which I'll get into in just a moment. But listen, in high school, okay, for my prom, I wanted to wear Wolf Gray Air Jordan 5s, which is the only retro that I had at the time, with my prom suit, which was also gray. And I am so glad that my parents told me not to do that, because I would have looked back and thought, what the hell was I thinking? So I'm super happy that I ended up just going the traditional route. Now, if you did this in middle school or high school, you get a pass, okay? Kids are kids. But if you're an adult, there is absolutely no reason why you shouldn't just be going with a standard dress shoe. There are 2 exceptions. Number 1, if it's the summertime, you're wearing a linen suit, you got a white t-shirt underneath or a nice, you know, Oxford or something, wearing a simple all white Common Projects type sneaker, you know, that one I think is a very clean look. The second one, and this is something that I will be doing on my wedding day, which is actually in a couple months, I am going to be wearing a pair of sneakers, a special pair of shoes at like 1 o'clock in the morning when we're all on the dance floor. I gone the entire day taking photos and videos with my dress shoes on. Now it is time to unwind, relax. I'm actually looking forward to it. I haven't decided what shoe I'm gonna be wearing on my wedding day. I was thinking about the Yeezys, but they're actually starting to crumble a little bit. So I'm kind of thinking about it. I know I'm contradicting myself, but I was thinking about the all black Air Jordan 11s, but we'll see. We'll see about that. Now, speaking of all white sneakers, you need to keep them clean. This seems like so simple, but it isn't for a lot of people. And I'm talking to the ladies out there watching this. It has become way too common for these white girls to be walking around with cooked Air Force Ones. It's like a thing, and it's unacceptable. Now, it doesn't have to be rocket science, but my preferred way of cleaning sneakers is just with a sneaker wipe. If they really are dogged, then that's when I pull out like the Jason Mark and I go to town on them. But other than that, I feel like having clean sneakers is almost like a metaphor for life, you know? If you have a fresh outfit on and a clean pair of sneakers, you're put together. You've got things figured out. But when it's messy and they're dirty, it's just not for me. I feel like it just ruins the whole vibe. Another way to mess up your sneakers, and I see this all the time, is when people crush the heel of their shoe and slip their foot right in. I don't understand it. I see it all the time, more so when people like go in to get the mail. So I understand the thought process that like, I'm just going a couple steps, let me just do this. But you're actually ruining your shoes and it's not comfortable at all. Like you're literally stepping on the heel and the structure of your shoe. That's why I keep a pair of Birkenstocks or a pair of slides at the door for those types of moments when I just have to go pick up a box or something like that. And if for some reason you like that look of like sneakers without the heel on them, then just go with sneaker mules. They're actually pretty common nowadays. So yeah, there's no exception for this one. Another one is that you see people wearing StockX tags on their sneakers. If you are trying that hard to prove to people that your sneakers are real, then you're on fraud watch. And that goes for eBay, it goes for StockX. I'm gonna be honest, this might be a hot take. I don't like any tags on sneakers. That means Jordan 4s, I rip that tag off. I keep them, I put them in a shoebox with a bunch of other accessories. Goes for Jordan 3s, the little hang tag that comes off them. In fact, I was filming a video and I cut off the tag and a bunch of people were like losing their mind. I was like, how are you wearing shoes with the tag? It's distracting. As you're walking, it's like a bunch of clunking. And the same goes for Timberland boots. I know the guys from New York will say, oh, that's what we do here. But for me, I don't want any tags. I don't want flipping, flopping around as I'm walking. Let me know what you guys think about keeping tags on your shoes. Okay, now this next one is probably the most hot take in this video, and that is wearing Crocs. That is a mistake with your outfit, is you're wearing Crocs. Now let me explain. I think we are in a Crocs pandemic. There are way too many people out there wearing Crocs when they shouldn't be. The number one thing for me is at the gym, okay? Going to the gym is the most difficult aspect about exercise. It's not the actual work itself, it's pulling yourself together to get to the gym. And then when you show up, you're wearing Crocs, I just feel like it sets the tone for the person. It's kind of like a lazy shoe in my opinion, and they're ugly in my opinion as well. So it's just, they're not for me. And another thing, look, if you are in the comfort of your own house, by all means, do you. I do not care if you by the pool. Also, if you work in a service industry, like I know Crocs are very common in restaurants and for chefs and line cooks to be wearing Crocs, that's fine with me. But stepping out of the house in Crocs, it's like stepping out of the house in house slippers. You know what I mean? Like it's just strange to me. So what are your sneaker hot takes? What mistakes do you see people wearing that you think ruins their outfit? I'm actually gonna be doing a fashion specific one, including clothing specific mistakes, and I'm gonna be posting it, and when it's ready, it'll be right there. So why don't we click on that video and I'll meet you guys there.